Okay, so we started with equity in last class, and first reading was market organization and structure, in which we discuss introduction to financial market. We discuss functions of financial system, how rates of return are determined, what are primary capital markets, what are secondary capital markets, what are different assets and contracts, what are different terminologies used in the market with respect to assets and contracts and markets, what are different types of securities, what are different types of financial intermediaries, what is a broker, what is a dealer, what are alternative trading systems and all that, and who are securitizers, who are depository institutions, and insurance companies, arbitrageurs, settlement and custodial services, clearing houses. Then we discuss long position versus short position. What is long position, what is short position, what is a leveraged position, what are different types of orders, what are execution order, validity instructions, execution instruction, clearing instruction, what are different types of instructions, what with respect to execution, with respect to validity. And now we are moving on towards the end of the reading, or towards the later part of the reading, which is primary security markets. So at the start we discussed there are two types of markets. There are primary markets and there are secondary markets. Primary markets are those in which borrower and investor meets directly, or in which you can say the company and investor meets directly. So company directly goes to investor and investor invests money into the company. So it is the primary market in which capital is raised, in which company raises money. So what can be different types of primary markets, or how can company raise capital in primary markets? There can be different ways of doing it. It can do an IPO or it can do a seasoned offering. IPO is initial public offering. So for example, if there is a company, it is now issuing shares to public, it goes to public investors and it issues shares to public investors, and obviously when it issues shares, it will receive some cash in return. This is known as initial public offering. Now let's say after some time, or after that company issues some shares to these investors, that is known as seasoned security. So seasoned security is the security which issuer has already issued, and now for which issuer is issuing additional units. And initial public offering is that security which is being used for the which is being issued for the first time, or which is being issued initially. When a company issues shares initially to the public, that is IPO, and when later on it issues additional shares, that is seasoned security. Then what is secondary market? Once it has been issued to investor, now if this investor sells it to another investor, that is secondary market. Secondary market is when one investor sells to another investor, and primary market is when the company sells to investor. So this will be primary. First primary transaction will be done, and then secondary transaction will be done. Public offering. Now starting with public offering, what are different stages of public offering? So public offering is done in multiple phases, or there are multiple stages to it. So it starts with book building. What is book building? Book building is that obviously if a company is issuing security, it will go to if this is a company, it will go to an investment bank and ask investment bank to issue security or do its IPO. Now if investment bank has to do IPO, what will investment bank do? Investment bank will find out investors and line up investors, which are known as subscribers. Why subscribers? Because they will be subscribing to the company's security, or subscribing to buy the company's shares. So that phase in which investment bank lines up subscribers to buy the security is known as book building. If this whole process is being done in only 2 days on accelerated basis, then it will be known as accelerated book build. Then with respect to underwriting, when investment bank is actually issuing shares or helping company issue shares, or finding out buyers and then helping those buyers buy shares from the company, there can be two types of offering. There can be underwriting offering, which is known as underwriting, and there can be best effort offering. So here is this investment bank company has hired investment bank so that investment bank can find out investors and connect investors to the company. So there can be two chances. One is that investment bank is able to find out enough buyers or sufficient number of buyers, and other is that buyers are not, or the bid from buyer is insufficient. For example, company wants to raise $100 million, but buyers have only offered $80 million. So that is enough sufficient. Or in other case, maybe buyers have or subscribers have offered 120 or 130. That means there are more buyers than required. So there can be two cases: either you find out enough buyers or you fail to find out sufficient buyers. So underwriting offering is the one, underwritten offering is the one, or underwriting is the one in which investment bank guarantees that if in case investment bank is not able to find out enough buyers, then investment bank will buy remaining amount of capital itself or remaining amount of shares itself. So for example, if company wants 100 million and investment bank found 80 million of subscriber, 20 million will be bought by investment bank itself. That is known as underwriting. So that means investment banking is ensuring to the company that company will eventually get the capital required. If there are not enough buyers, investment bank will do it for the company. Best effort offering is the one in which investment bank says that it will try its best, but will not buy any remaining portion. If it is able to find out enough subscribers, then company will get the complete capital, otherwise not. A key point to note is that if it is underwriting, then there can be conflict of interest. Conflict of interest is that, for example, if investment bank knows that investment bank will have to buy remaining shares or a large number of shares, then what investment bank may do is that come up with a low valuation. Although it is an agent to company, its job is to ensure that company gets the right valuation, but just for its own interest, because investment bank knows that it will have to buy something for itself, it may come up with a lower valuation. So there can be conflict of interest like these in IPOs. That is conflict of interest. So sometimes, maybe, or most of the times in our market, maybe subscribers or the bid from subscribers get higher than the capital required by the company. So that means there are more buyers than shares being issued. So or there is more demand for shares than the shares being issued. That kind of issue is known as hot issue or oversubscribed issue. That is, there is more demand than the supply. And obviously, if it is an hot issue, then there is more demand, that means investors are expecting the price to go up post IPO. Moving on, so that is public offering. When we say public offering, it means that you are offering to general public, or anyone from public can participate who meets the requirement. Private placement is the one in which you raise capital from private group of investors, or from a single investor or a group of investors privately. So within private placements, either company can go to a group of investors, let's say a private equity fund or another fund, any other fund, or it can go to an individual investor, or it can go to any other private group or private company. So private placement will be the one in which you are not offering it to public, but you are going to a specific small group of qualified investors. Moving on, some other terms to note are shelf registration. What is shelf registration? Shelf registration is, let's say that company is authorized to issue, or company has announced or made disclosure that it will be issuing, for example, 100 shares. Now it issues, for example, let's say 60 shares and keep 40 with it, which will be issued later. That is known as shelf registration. That is, these 40 are kept on shelf and will be used to issue later. Dividend reinvestment plans, what is it? So if there, let's say there is a company which pays dividends. So when it pays dividends, it is an outflow to the company and inflow to the investor. Company can come up with the policy and tell the investors that these dividends can be reinvested into the company. So instead of issuing a dividend or paying a dividend, what company can do is company can buy more of its own shares for the investor. That is known as dividend reinvestment plan. In this case, company's cash outflow will be lower. Rights offering. So let's say a company has some shareholders. And now company wants to issue more equity or raise capital from equity. So what company can do is company can tell these shareholders that you have a right to buy let's say one additional share for one share held, or let's say one additional share for every two shares held, or whatever. So they give shareholders right to buy additional shares from the equity being issued. That is known as rights offering. And obviously there will be a fixed price that company will quote at which they can buy it. Yes, so they will only buy it if it is lesser than market, because they know that they are getting a benefit. Importance of secondary market to primary market, something which we discussed in last class, that company issues or raises capital in primary market, and then one investor sells to another in secondary market. So we discussed that if secondary market is liquid, investor knows that he or she has a lower risk. Why? Because he or she can later sell this security easily to anyone else. There is a demand for the security that he or she is buying. So in that case, primary market will have higher valuations. So company will be able to get a better valuation in primary market if there are liquid and efficient secondary markets present for the equity. If secondary market is not present, or if secondary market is illiquid or not efficient, then investor will demand a higher return or a premium from the company to buy its security, because investor knows that he or she is taking a risk, and later on maybe investor is not able to sell it to any other investor. So secondary markets liquidity and efficiency would impact the valuations in primary market, or would impact the price at which company can charge in primary market. If efficient and liquid secondary markets are present, company can charge a higher price in primary market. If secondary markets are weak, company may not be able to charge higher price in primary market. Sorry. So for example, if company wants to issue 100 shares, but it does not want to issue all of these at the same point of time. So it may not need all of this capital as of now. So it can issue some as of now and some later and some later. So generally any issues are seasoned or are sequenced. Whole of the issue is not made generally at the same point of time. It is issued, the equity is issued as need arises. As company needs more capital, it will issue more securities. Drifts is that, for example, if let's say there is a company which pays dividend, so there are two options. Either it pay dividend to investor, and investor receives dividend and then use it wherever he or she wants to. A company can also offer a plan, and company can say that instead of paying dividend, I will buy my own shares for you. So for example, if investor has 10 shares and it is receiving a $10 dividend, company can say that instead of paying this dividend, so I can buy another share for you. That is, from 10 your shares will go to 11. So instead of receiving this 10, what company can offer is that it can buy its own shares. In that case, company will not be paying out any outflow, but investor is receiving it how? In terms of shares. Sorry. Company will issue share to investors. Company will buy its own share on behalf of investor. So investors number of shares will increase. So what it is doing is basically it is issuing an additional share to investor. So instead of paying dividend, it is issuing share of equal amount. That is DRIP. So this is primary market, primary security markets, and secondary. Yes. Share dividend, yeah, that is a DRIP, dividend reinvestment plan. That is, you are reinvesting the dividend. So instead of paying dividend, you are reinvesting it into the company. Then moving on to secondary security markets and contract market securities. So within secondary security markets, trading sessions can be of two types. What is trading session? Trading session is when buyer and seller meet to trade. They can be of two types. It can be a call market or continuous trading market. Call market is the one in which you arrange for trade at a specific time. That at, for example, let's say this particular time, buyers will come in, sellers will come in and trade. So you are calling a market. Basically everyone is meeting and then they are deciding, for example, bidding markets in which everyone would come in and then bid at the same point. Continuous trading market is the one in which buyers will continue to place buy orders, sellers will continue to place sell order, and trade can be done at any point of time. Whenever a buy order matches sell order, trade will be executed. There is no particular time. If I want to sell as of now, I can go and sell. If I want to buy after 2 hours or 3 hours, I can go and buy at that point of time. What is the advantage of call market? The advantage of call market is that all the buyers and sellers will be present at the same point of time. So or everyone will be present at the same point of time, so trade can be decided and executed immediately. Main advantage of continuous trading is that you do not have to wait for a specific time. You can buy or sell at any point you want to, but maybe some buyers or some sellers are not present at that point of time. So that is the main advantage of call and continuous trading markets. फिजिकली हो या फिर ऑनलाइन भी हो, जैसे भी हो, मतलब एक टाइम हो कि फॉर एग्जांपल 12 बजे जो है वो सब आएंगे और सारे अपने बताएंगे, और बिडिंग फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे बिडिंग में होता है तो सारे आते हैं और जो है वो बिड करते हैं, बायर्स और सेलर बिड करता है, और फिर जिसकी हाईएस्ट बिड होती है उसको सेल हो जाता है। इसके प्रैक्टिकली दोनों ही होता है, मतलब ट्रेड पे डिपेंड करता है ना। अगर आपको नीलामी करनी है किसी की तो कॉल मार्केट में होगी, अगर आपको शेयर खरीदना है या बेचना है तो वो कंटिन्यूस मार्केट में होगा।
तो एक एक्सचेंज का रोल प्ले करेगी कि वो कंटिन्यूस ट्रेडिंग?
एक्सचेंज क्या करेगी, सॉरी?
जैसे कंटिन्यूस ट्रेडिंग है,
हाँ,
एट एनी पॉइंट इन टाइम यू कैन बाय एंड सेल, तो वो सिमिलर टू एक्सचेंज नहीं होगा?
हाँ एक्सचेंज होगा ना बीच में। हाँ, अगर आप एक टाइम पे कर रहे हैं तो वो एक टाइम पे ही सारे बायर और सेलर प्रेजेंट हैं तो उसे कॉल मार्केट कहेंगे, और अगर आप किसी भी टाइम पे कर सकते हैं तो कंटिन्यूस होगी। लैपटॉप में सेटिंग करनी